Hey, Steve Adubato, welcome to the show. How you doing, my friend, doctor? How are you?
Happy New Year, my padrone.
Hey, somebody gave me pictures, Steve, of the old man, of Francis Albert, from the early days. I can't post them because I want to make sure I get permission from Tina and from Nancy and from Charlie Pignon, head of the Enterprises. But, he was, you think about why we love Frank Sinatra so much, and I know Summer Wind's one of your favorite tunes, and it was, he from Hoboken, New Jersey, 19 years old, man, and I got these great pictures. I'll have to send you some, Just don't retweet them because I'm afraid I'm going to get into trouble with the family.
No, I won't, but I will. It's interesting. You're right. You mentioned Hoboken, Frank Sinatra from Hoboken, and now fast forward, he couldn't even afford the property taxes there now.
Let's go.
Sorry, I had to go there. It was too soon, Joe.
No, it's right on the money.
Talk about property taxes.
No, look what could you translate?
Never too soon.
By the way, we Governor Murphy. You know what the tough thing about Governor Murphy is? He's such a nice guy. He's a gentleman. He's a nice guy. He's positive. He's upbeat. He loves the state.
Hey, Governor Phil Murphy coming at you.
Here's Al. That's Al for you. But what's going on? I mean, we can't afford any of this. Steve, break it down for us if you would, Doctor.
First of all, I want to clarify that my Leadership Hour show is on every Sunday because you asked 2 p.m. AM970. I just need to get that out of the way.
Thank you.
But this is about leadership. It's about leadership. It's also about relationships. And I got to tell you, I'm not going to get too inside, but this is the same issue with a different twist that our president, who I root for every day, Donald Trump, has. Relationships. You have to have meaningful, productive, trusting relationships with the people around you to get stuff done. And in New Jersey, all Democrats controlling the lower house, the Assembly, the upper house, the Senate, and the governorship. So they go, hey, let's get things done, right? There is not a good relationship between the governor and primarily the Senate President Steve Sweeney. They see the world differently. Let's just say this. They are different kind of Democrats. If Ocasio-Cortez held a little, coffee clutch, if you will, or a party in her place in Manhattan, she would invite Sweeney. She wouldn't invite Murphy. My point is that there are wings of the party. So ideologically, they're not in the same place. Interpersonally, I don't know what the heck's going on, but the bottom line is you are the governor. You're not the emperor. You're the president. You're not the king. You need to get Congress. You need to get the state legislature to go along with you. And it's about relationships beyond, sometimes, ideology and politics. Yeah, and it's not working in New Jersey because they don't like each other.
Yeah. But, I have a great fondness and respect for Senator Sweeney. Did you see the picture, by the way, of him standing behind Governor Murphy?
Was he smiling?
No. He looked like it looked like, and he's a big guy. If you listen to Steve Adubato,
he's an iron worker.
He's an iron worker. Sweeney.
I planted a flower once. Okay, I shook his hand. I said, "Steve, please, it's too strong."
I know.
I'm from Newark, but I'm not one of the tough guys. Sorry, I digress.
I thought he was going to smack the governor. Hey, come on. But he doesn't. Apparently, they don't reach. And you know the inside, Mr. Adubato. You know the inside that they don't. He doesn't reach out down the hallway, bring in Assemblyman Bramnick, Assemblyman Arthur.
Bramnick, great guy, Republican leader. But even if he didn't have the Republicans.
Yeah.
I happen to like Governor Murphy. Not only think he's a good and decent guy, but I think he cares deeply about people, particularly poor people, people who don't have that much, people who are on New Jersey Transit struggling every day, people who are making $8-9 an hour. The catch is this. Sweeney cares about those people, too. Craig Coughlin, the Assembly Speaker, cares about those people, too. They have different approaches as to how to deal with the problems facing those folks and how to pay for it. And Sweeney spends his time thinking, how do we cut the size of state government? How to reduce the budget? How do we find ways to cut here and there? And he says, I bet Sweeney would like to have free college tuition, county college tuition for every student. I bet he would. Murphy not only believes it, but wants to get it done. And then when the question gets asked as to how to pay for it, the dilemma is he'll say, I'm not taking taxes off the table. And Sweeney and Coughlin are saying, absolutely, as George Bush said, no, new taxes. It doesn't add up.
Steve, legalization of marijuana in New Jersey, a done deal?
Okay, so the last time I was on, you asked me that question. I said, done deal. It was in December.
Yeah.
It shows you how I do in Vegas or Atlantic City. I mean, because ideologically, I don't think, again, they're very far apart on this. The problem is, and I gave this whole long dissertation as to Who's going to control it? Is it going to be a commission? Is it to be the Department of Health or a separate body that does it? I think that's all garbage. I think, once again, there's a stalemate, and I'm repeating myself, because they don't get along, and no one's giving an inch. And when that happens, the legalization of marijuana is not happening until they work that out. The $15 an hour minimum wage is not happening until they work out their differences.
Wow. Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Wow,
you know,
man.
Look, is the president budging on the wall?
Yeah.
Is he budging on the wall, Joe?
Yeah, no, not budget on the wall,
Okay.
man.
So these guys aren't budgeting where they are. It's not, everyone thinks it's ideological. People forget sometimes, and I served in the state legislature for, Frank, what was it, one term before I got thrown out?
Two great years.
Two amazing years that New Jersey has never recovered from.
But you were like 12. How old were you?
I was 20. I was turning 25. But here's I couldn't find the bathroom in the State House. That was part of the problem. But the reality, in all seriousness, is people think it's all ideological. You mentioned John Bramnick. He's the Assembly Republican leader. John and I are great friends personally. He's great when he comes on our show, State of Affairs, on public broadcasting, since you asked. The reality is Bramnick is a guy that ideological differences don't drive him. If he trusts you, if he believes in you, even if you have some differences, you can work things out. That's the kind of guy Sweeney is. Yes, they have views, but they're flexible. And Governor Murphy, from a leadership point of view, my opinion, if he's going to be successful, is going to have to learn to interpersonally relate to each other more effectively than is happening right now, and give on some of these very, let's call them, progressive points of view.
You know, this is the best conversation we've had. Can we talk about Bluefield Avenue now? Can we just? I want to know how.
The Avenue's not what it used to be. I'm just going to say that. I went down for an espresso a couple nights ago, late at night. You couldn't find a decent espresso place.
How did you?
Let's just say the neighborhood's changed.
What? How did you end up so educated, going to school, becoming a doctor? Steve Adubato, a doctor, and when everybody else was like...
Let's clarify, that's a Ph.D. As my kids say, Dad, you're the kind of doctor that actually can't help anyone. So I'm a Ph.D.
But everybody else, you could have
philosophy.
taken... you could have so taken the wrong turn on Bloomfield Avenue, and you did not, Steve. Your parents led you in the right direction. Huh? No, I know. It's interesting, right?
You went to Saturday Night Live. I went to Rutgers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, I couldn't get into Rutgers, but hey, what can I tell you? It was
As I tell my kids, it's an Ivy League school.
Hey, I got to say, listen, wait. How about Governor Christie's book? Is this going to be great or great?
Okay, so
come on.
I got asked the other night. I probably shouldn't say this. I got asked to do a book signing with him the other night to moderate, and I couldn't do it because of scheduling. When Governor Christie comes on my show, I'm sure he'll come on your show at the right time.
No, he won't. He won't come near us. He won't. But that's okay.
I'm going to tell him he should do it. He's got a thing with you because you got a lot of people excited. You might have run. You weren't the kind of Republican that they could control. You're a little difficult. You're just a little bit. But what I'm saying is, when I have him on, I am going to try to drill in and understand what the heck went on.
Yeah.
With the one and only young man, Jared Kushner, in the White House.
Oh, did you see the quotes on that?
He was like, this guy had a hit on, vendetta on him. He would stop me from everything. So I'm asking myself, how is it that the president couldn't say to his son-in-law, listen, this isn't about something that you have with Chris Christie, because when he was U.S. attorney, he put your father, Charlie Kushner, away, and then when Charlie could get out, I don't know if it was earlier or not, Christie went to the judge and said, no, keep him in longer. Okay, I get the vendetta thing. I get he's your father. I respect that. But the country needed, in my view, Chris Christie in the White House. And I believe Donald Trump should have said to his son-in-law, listen, step back.
Yeah.
I've got to do what's right for the country. And Chris Christie, in my view, could have moderated some of the things going on and helped the president succeed. My view.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a great take, but I wonder also if Chris was just kind of, if Governor Christie was just, his personality could be a little overwhelming sometimes. Listen, I like it. It's all Jersey. It's in your face, and it's what I prefer.
But you're not the guy.
You know what I mean?
When you're to your point, if you're saying this, by the way, I just got off my Peloton bike. I'm all fired up. I haven't even had coffee yet. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm wired. Here's the thing. Chris Christie and certain people have to be the guy or the woman at the top. It's a leadership thing.
That's a good
point. The ability to step back.
That's right.
And say, I'm going to follow your direction.
That's right. Yeah,
That's not easy for someone who's a, let's say, big-time type A.
Yeah. That's a.
I'm not
That's
sure if it would have worked, but I still think
too much
it was worth a
substance.
try.
Too much substance in this conversation, Steve Adubato.
I'm sorry.
Steve, got Cory Booker, our buddies. See, I'm gonna now alienate everyone listening, but
He's dating Rosario Dawson. I didn't realize it.
hey, so Cory going in. Now you got Gillibrand going in. When is Cory going to make the announcement? Do you
How
think?
underwhelming was her appearance on Colbert? I saw Al making a big deal about it. Al, did you watch it?
Did Al watch it? Al did a half an hour on it. Are you kidding me?
I follow Al and Frank on social media 24/7.
I know it is amusing. It is amusing. Do you think Cory has a
She
shot?
was not
though?
good.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I coach people, and we talk about this on the Leadership Hour, 2 a.m. every Sunday, and AM970. I talk about executive presence. You have to have a certain air about you. You come in the room, people know you're there, you're strong in how you say things, and they pay attention to you. I don't think she has what I call executive presence. Doesn't carry herself in a very strong way. And by the way, I don't want to hear you said she's a woman. I would say that about 15 different men who happen to be in politics as well at the highest level.
Yeah.
Cory Booker has, in my view, executive presence. You pay attention when he's talking. He carries himself a certain way, with a certain air, certain confidence. Gillibrand does not have it, in my view.
Dr. Steve Adubato, Sundays on AM970, The Answer, the Leadership Hour. Steve, great conversation, my friend. Will you do me a favor, give my love and a big hug to the family, and a happy New Year to you, Steve, and then keep us close. We'll be listening Sundays. And PBS, you got to just Google Steve Adubato, and anything you want to know about politics is right there with Mr. Adubato. Steve, great chat, man, and we'll talk to you soon.
Guys make my morning every morning. You, Frank, Al, Debbie, love you guys. Thanks so much.
Love you back, Stephen. Thank you, my friend. God bless you, and God bless the family.